Your lift pump go out, which is right here. What was happening, and I heard it from upstairs, was it was just kind of running, kind of teetering on and off. So this lift pump has been in here in this house for probably 16 years. And it was straight piped in, so I had to cut the pipes. Just used a basic hacksaw or cutter, well, anything will work, pipe cutter. What I'll end up doing is, when I put the new pump in, I'll just end up flanging these back. That way, if there's ever a problem with the next lift pump, you can easily just take those apart and get to it. And the reason why I had to cut is because when you lift this out, you need to have some flexibility to lift it out. Now I have one bolt that I'm going to have to cut off because it's stripped. And before I even started, I used some multi-purpose oil to kind of help prevent that, because I didn't want to end up having to shear one off. You're going to need a 11mm wrench for the bolts. And what I'll end up doing, oh, one other thing I did is I shut the water off to the house, so there's no extra water coming into the lift pump while I change this out. So I did shut all water off at the main valve. And let me get you a close-up on this. Show you here the lift pump. Okay, lift pump's right here. And then right next to the lift pump I have a sump pump right next to it. And I just keep a the heater doesn't, I don't usually run this heater, it just lets me know what the temperature is down in the basement. So I think right now we're sitting at 70 degrees. I try to keep it down here about 69, 70 degrees. And I'll do another video on that, how to keep your basement dry without using a dehumidifier here, which they're just garbage. They're junk. I have a better solution that works to help keep the air dry, because during the summertime, right now it's June, I think it's June 9th, it gets awful cold and wet down in the basement. So I came up with a pretty good idea to keep the basement dry. I'll do a video on that a little later on, but right now I'm going to conquer this lift pump. So what I'll end up doing is pulling this out. I don't even want to know what it looks like down there. I do have a mask that I'm probably going to put on. Since I cut the pipes, I really haven't smelt anything. I thought for sure that it would get really bad odor. But I will still, when I pull that lift pump up, I will probably cover back up as much as I can, because I'm going to have to run to the store to get a lift pump. I'll let you know what the price is. I kind of got a price in my head of what this lift pump's going to cost. But this one here went 16 years, I do believe. And my dad actually put it in, and he straight piped it in. I see that's why I had to do the cut to the pipes. But I'll flange those back up with these flange gaskets they have, and then that'll give that an opportunity if it ever has to come back out for any reason, easy access. So right now I'm going to work at taking off that other bolt, and then I'll put it. One other thing you're going to want is once you pull that pump out, just slip it right into a garbage bag. That way you're not dripping it to get it out of the house. And then once I get it out, I'll kind of show you what it looks like. All for now. Well, when it rains, it pours. My sump pump stopped working. Well, it didn't stop working, but wouldn't shut off. So I'm over here working on this lift pump, and I tapped the pipe to the sump pump and it just kept running, wouldn't shut off, and normally that happens. And what it is this ball floater. It fills up in the sump pump and hits here and turns on. And it's supposed to hit here. The ball is supposed to shut it off. Well, normally that's when these go bad. The pump was working fine. This pump actually, this sump pump by, I think it's Simmer. Oh, this one's no. I don't even know what that name is. Oh, it's Barracuda. A 3rd horsepower sump pump. I think this sump pump's been in there for at least 5 or 6 years and has worked like a charm up till this point. Well, I'll keep the pump. What I'll end up doing is replacing this floater valve and then just keep it on standby. Luckily last year I bought a Simmer, a backup one, because I knew eventually this one probably would need to be replaced. But I always kind of want to have 2 just on, one for standby if something goes on. So this is this is similar to a lift pump, but it's a sump pump, and I will go ahead and just slap this in real quick and then get back to my other project. I think that kind of funny that I'm sitting there trying to get this done and sump pump goes out. So anyway, let me get that working now. Alright, lift pump just came out. It's pretty disgusting. So I'm going to have to take this out and clean up so I can get this pipe off. I'm going to take this off and cap it back up inside here to keep I thought it would be a lot worse smell, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But that's what she looks like. I'm going to get this done so I can get the water turned back on in the house. So anyway, all for now. Okay, this is the pump, and I had to, the pipe wouldn't let go of the piece of, I don't know, connector to the pipe to the pump actually, and ended up breaking. So luckily I have 2-inch pipe here, so I can replace that piece, no problem. I'm on my way now to go get this pump and get this system running again. Alright, I'm back. I got the Simmer, and it's a basically, I guess they call it a sewage pump. So what I did was I tried to stay with the same diameter that the other one was, and this is the old pipe. This is a fitting that is stuck to this pipe. Unless I would have bought a new fitting, I do have new pipe that I could have cut, but try to stick with the same stuff, and then this will just screw right down into the pump. And I'm just going to go ahead and install everything. And this is what I'll be attaching to the pipes that I had to cut. Price was $179. Can you imagine having somebody come in and install it? I could about imagine what the bill would have been. At least $400 to $600. Alright, a little tricky on these little seals that are on the top cover, but I had to use a little screwdriver to kind of keep it tight when I was pushing this in. So now it just slides down. Then again, this one here is just used to vent, and so I think this one will be a little bit easier than the other. But I think what I'm going to do is seal these down a little bit. You could, if you want, you could replace, the top piece, but everything will look good. Right there. Really wouldn't be a bad idea to oil these down, but I did spray them pretty good with silicone spray. Missing one. Okay, I didn't know that my memory card went full, and so my video camera shut down, so I don't know actually what did not get recorded here on the ending. But anyway, the pipes are back in there, and the two flange gaskets, whatever you want to call them, spacers from when I cut the pipes, are in place. I'm just going to tighten up the screws here, or the bolts, and that's it. This one here won't kick on until it gets a certain height, and then like when somebody's taking a shower. I try to treat it once a month with I guess it's kind of like a, I want to say, I don't know, it's bacteria, but it's, you just flush it down the toilet, and then what it does is, like, the enzymes or whatever eats, like, the solids, toilet paper and whatnot, it helps get rid. Now this pump I just got here says it can get rid of anything up to 2 inches. So let's just take a look here. Yeah, right here, capable of handling 2-inch solids. So this one here is a simmer, 4/10 horsepower, 5,250 gallons per hour. So that's what I'm going with, and that should be it. Have a good day.